So the weather across the country has gotten a lot cooler, and today we're going to do something that I don't do very often. That's target a cold water species. And now I don't know if we can find them in here. I've caught them sporadically throughout the year, but we are on the hunt for them today, and we are just going to use a full-size jerkbait and see what we can find. Oh dang, I just broke my PB. A bigger one just came and got our first one of these ever. All right, we've got everything settled here. We're taking off. And today's goal is we are exploring the stretch of river where I've caught this species before. I've caught a couple variations of it, quite popular species. And I don't think it'll take us long to get it, but I brought my light jerkbait rod. So this is a 110 stick, 10-pound line, and a full-size jerkbait. I've done really well in this color right here. I've got a billion versions of it. I like the darker one and this sort of stuff. So we're gonna throw it around and see if we could find the target species, because I've never really caught a big one of these, and I'm hoping that today I can do that. So I'm actually going to make a cast right here from the bank and see if maybe we could just catch one from the bank. No dice, but we did catch some leaves. All right, let's get out into this water and make our way upriver. See if we can find one of these bad boys. Just got to prove to myself that I'm not just a bass angler. Oh, I think this is the target species. I think this might be it. Feels good. It is the target species. Oh man, it is a nice one at that. All right. So this is a pretty nice sauger walleye. There's a mix of them in here. Real easy to get confused. But this is what we're after today. And this guy is 18.5 inches, so an 18.5 inch walleye. I'm not gonna bother weighing him, but you know, we read the sign this morning saying that they had tagged some of these. This guy doesn't seem to have any tags. He's actually in kind of rough shape, so get him back in. There we go. Feels like a decent one, actually. Feels like a really decent one. It's a big walleye. That's a really big walleye. Holy crap. That might be the biggest one I've ever caught. I mean, I don't catch these very often, but look at that. So I read a sign when I got in here saying that some of these were tagged, but whoa! Some of these were tagged. That one did not have a tag on it though. So that's what I was looking for, because it said that there was like a reward if you turned in a tagged walleye. So hey, I'll take it. That might be the biggest one I've caught. Putting up much of a fight. That is probably the biggest walleye I've ever caught though. Which isn't saying much, but hey. Oh dang! I just broke my PB. Walleye. A bigger one just came and got it. This is a much bigger walleye. Much bigger walleye. I'm gonna be careful with him. I got my drag super loose. I do not want to lose this jerkbait. Oh my. Wow, that PB lasted like 2 seconds. And I got a new one. I got a new one. I don't see a tag on this one either, so bummer. I wanted to get that $1,000 reward. So this guy came up from way down in there. Can you like put your hand underneath the wall? I don't actually know what the best way to hold these are. That PB lasted like no time at all. So I caught that big walleye, turn around and catch one that's even bigger. I'm checking for a tag because these guys are tagged. They're doing a survey on these. What a wild catch. That's 2 in a row. Can we make it 3? Oh. Oh yeah, he wrecked that leader. If we were in a if we were wanting to keep any, that would have been a couple of good ones to keep right there. I knew that was a walleye as soon as it ate it because I saw it eat it. I was like, oh, yep, there we go. There we go. That's another one. He's not quite as big as those other ones. And he's barely hooked. I kind of want to let him just, I don't want him to get hooked any worse than he already is, but. All right, dude. Wow, that is a long one. That is a long one. Whoa, we almost got a jerkbait to the face with this dude. All right. another solid one. Back in we go. So we're on a walleye tear here. There you go. Feels like a small bass. Oh, it's our first one of these ever, actually. So we come walleye fishing and we catch a crappie. We keep catching small bass and crappie, and we did catch a decent sized smallmouth too. The main goal today was to catch some walleye. So one thing I'll say about myself is I really like catching other species. It's not just about bass. So that's why it's so fun to be able to come to the stretch of river and catch some of these sauger, walleye, crappie, you know, whatever else. We've even caught some smallmouth. But I mean, the main purpose of today was to catch those kind of like, I would almost call them bucket list species. That one I caught was really nice and I'm over the moon with that. So this little setup's working pretty good on them too. I was thinking I might have to bring the spinning reel and like a light jerkbait, but this big one's drawing them out. I'm trying to get more walleye. That is a smallmouth. Trying to catch walleye and I keep catching smallies. No, it is a walleye. Nice. Okay. It's a solid one too. That's a really nice walleye. All right, we found the honey hole here with these walleye. I'm actually going to use my scale grip as my grippers. All right, let's see how much this walleye weighs. About 2 pounds on this guy, so not quite as big as those other ones we were catching, but hey, in the winter, these guys are fun. It's a fun catch to catch these in the winter. They're gnarly looking fish. I'm honestly tempted to take a couple home. I'll throw out there where that smallmouth jumped. I mean, if he's out there, I doubt he's moved that far, right? There we go. That feels to be a walleye as well. Nice. Feels like a pretty good one, actually. Oh yeah, that's a nice walleye. Oh, he's giving up. He's giving up. Should we take him home? Should this be the one we take? I don't know what the what's going on over there? Dude, there's just fish jumping left and right. It's like it's summertime. All right. These walleye cannot resist jerkbaits. That's a lot smaller than the ones we were catching, but one thing I will say is my my jerkbait prowess translates really well to targeting fish like walleye. I see some smallies schooling over there. There we go. I think that's a little guy. Wait a second. That's a largemouth. That's not what we're after. Oh, dude, whatever that was shallow. I think that is a smallmouth. This is probably those ones we saw schooling over there. You can only really get away with this because it's not summer. If it was summer, this dude would be losing his marbles in the boat. Not what we're after. Might be crazy to hear from my lips that we're not after a smallmouth, but we're here to catch some walleye. There we go. Can't tell if that's a... Nice. So, when you get into the right areas this time of year, these walleye, sauger, they really like to group up. You can see we're just kind of on a tear with them here in the same little area. You just have to look for areas that have the right concentration of rock, depth, and current, and you will find plenty of these walleye. I mean, they're kind of a cold water species to an extent, but I'm checking to see if any of these have the I guess he wants to go home with us. I was checking to see if he had the tag on him. Once you find one or two, you usually find quite a few of them here. Just got bumped right there. There we go. That's a bass. That's not what we're looking for. There we go. It's an old lie. All right. So part of me wants to... I've come out here before and just wrecked them on jerkbaits, but like I knew that the full-size jerkbaits were going to work better than the small ones. So I don't know what it is. Like I've just had better luck out here on the full-size jerkbaits for walleye. I've never actually dedicated a day to doing this. And it's like you find the right areas and it's just like they kind of group up, they just school up. Oh, a largemouth. So this guy probably thought he was a walleye. This guy thought he was a walleye. All right, one largemouth. So one of the previous times I came to this area, I threw a full-size jerkbait, this one right here. I've got a couple the same color, and I did really well. I caught a ton of smallmouth on it, but I caught one of the sauger slash walleye slash whatever we want to call it. And that's what gave me the idea to come back here when the water got a little bit cooler, and it's paying off because we've caught quite a few today. So it's nice to kind of change it up. We've even caught a decent smallmouth to go with it, plus some largemouth. So, and a crappie. Never caught a crappie here. I assume they were here somewhere. But overall, pretty good multi-species day here on this cold, wintry day on the river. Smallmouth. Not what we're looking for.